All right, guys. Well, here goes nothing. We're playing against Paxtakor again, this time on the road, and let's see if we can cause an upset here. They are definitely favored to win this. We had a draw last time, which I think suits us well. We have Solberg in goal this time, and we have a whole bunch of other new players out there. And the reason why is because I wasn't so impressed with that defensive performance, but I was particularly concerned about how we were doing in goal in that match, and we want to make sure that we do a little bit better than that. So let's see what we can get figured out here as this one goes ahead and starts off. It's Paxtakor with the ball. And let's see if we can get the ball off of them. We have continued to make transfers, and we brought in a whole host of players, some of whom we sent out on loan right away, and some of whom were being paid money. In fact, we are making more than their salary on their loan, which is exactly the way that you want to play things. And we're going to continue to try to set that up, of course, as things move along here. We don't necessarily want every player to go out on loan, and you can't have that happen. I mean, the game won't pay that much money, but we can get quite a few, and that was right through Solberg's hands. That was pretty poor on his behalf. I mean, we didn't do a great job in defense trying to stop that from scoring, but he let that one just go straight through his hands. Maybe he isn't the great solution after all. I mean, that was pretty bad by Solberg. He should have been able to grab that. So it's 1-0 for Paxtakor, and that was pretty poor, wasn't it? They're going to try again for another shot. Solberg does get his hands to it this time, so that was a little bit better. And so, okay, we'll see what happens. We're down 1-0 again, down early. It seems that we're used to that. And here comes the corner, and we head this one away. Kame running after it. He can't quite get there in time, and then he knocks it out for a throw, so that was good. So we'll keep going and see what we can do. See if we can't get this ball back as they have a long throw. That's a pretty good throw. Kame knocks this one backwards. It's Andelkovic, who is a new player, who passes back to Valakari. Valakari over to Andelkovic, and he has the ball just taken off of him like there's nothing to it. So it was an idea, and it just didn't quite work right. Now we're chasing after the ball again. This is going to be, I think, a relatively long project as I look at things. That was a pretty poor attempt by us to intercept that pass, and we end up being caught sort of flat-footed and trying to run after the guy. So, it's not looking like such a great start for us here so far. We're still trying to figure out our cohesion. Omingyu throws into Iingyu, back to Omingyu, up to Valakarai, and he just takes a shot from range. That is off the crossbar. Wow, I didn't know he had it in him to do that. So anyway, the new guy, new defensive midfielder with his first senior league performance is putting in on a little bit of a show. Ihanbum, who didn't start the last match, is looking tired already, and this one is off the crossbar again. That's two that we've had go off. Here's Adibelli. Passes back to Nikoa. Nikoa with it, walks back a little bit. That's a really, really poor pass in the back by Valakari. Wins it back over to Andelekovic and over to Iingyu, and his shot was on target, but they're saying he was offside. He was offside by like a nose, maybe. I mean, that's a really, really ticky-tacky call. Anyway, it is what it is. We have a throw here, and there's a chance that we have to go ahead here early, sort of against the run of play. Nikoa with it, back to Adibelli. Adibelli knocks it all the way back to Solberg, and it's over to Nikoa again. Nikoa down to Pak Song-hyung. Valakari over to Ihanbun. Ihanbun with it, down to Omingyu. Omingyu forward to Andelokovic and over to Valakari, and he tries to round the keeper. Doesn't really try very hard, though, and that ends up being out for another throw. I mean, we're doing well. We're playing bravely, and we're getting ourselves into good position here, but this is just poor finishing. And their keeper, for his sake, also got in a good position. So you have to sort of keep that in mind. And this is a goal. Man, Valakari comes in from nowhere. And the question is, does that count? We're going to see if Iingyu was offside. I have a feeling that he was. That looked a little bit too easy. And it was awarded. How about that? So that's a little bit surprising. I wasn't expecting this at all. Iingyu with it. And now he was offside. It's pretty. Oh, no, it's off of his head. I see where he is there. You're not going to call that offside. That was pretty simple. And so it's a 1-1 match here looking forward. Let's keep working hard. Let's try to finish this up in full time. Ihanbum is tired. We'll handle him with kid gloves, as we always do. We'll put in Tom Dreyer for him and see how that works. Baltazar, who's actually playing out of position, is going to come out for Kim Shin-jin. He's not really playing out of position, but, he's not. We didn't bring him on to play that way. Itangi Shaka, Nathan, ends up going on in the back this time instead of at Segundo Volante. So we'll see how he does. Nathan was a player that we put originally on the under-19s, but he's played so well and has like a 15 million euro worth that I thought we should probably put him in the first team, give him a try. Dwyer to there's a little triangle pass there, and it ends up not really mattering. And so we'll go ahead and go along and see what happens. We're about 50 minutes here into this match, 1-1, which I think suits us pretty well because we haven't played all that well here in this one. We're still trying to get used to playing with each other. I do think, though, that this team has a lot of potential. I think that as the season goes along, assuming that I don't get sacked, I think that we can get things done, which is much better than I can say for our first attempt with Seoul FC. The first one didn't go so well. Solberg back to Nathan. Nathan over to Valakari. Valakari is unopposed as he brings it up the center, over to Omingyu, back to Akame, and there's got to be a guy to pass it to. Back to Omingyu, and he finds Andelekovic, who hits it the wrong way. He heads that back at him. I'm not sure what he was thinking. You're supposed to turn around with that ball and do something with it, not try to hit it back to the guy who passed it to you. Solberg makes the save, but that was a little bit strange. Akame's having a poor match, and he's the next one who needs to come off. And so we're going to do it. We're going to take him off. Yeah, Akame is just not doing it. We're going to put Shada on for him. And Piros is the other one we could put up front. I was looking here. Adebelli, who could we put on for him? Ite Suk. Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll try to make those two changes, and hopefully we can make those changes soon before they score. And let's see what happens. And that's really good. Kim Shin-jin now with out of ENQ to Adebelli. Adebelli... Back to Nathan. Here's Nathan over to Park Sung-hyung, back to Nathan. And he knocks it back to Solberg. So this is all right. Over to Dreyer. We're going to do it on the right side now. Locks that forward for Omingyu, and he heads that forward to himself. And that's out for a corner. So that's a big mistake by the Paxtakor defender. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Nothing happens apparently after the corner. So they get away with it, but that was interesting, and that's not what I was expecting. We have about 10 minutes left of this match. Let's see if we can finish this off in style and not give up a goal, and Solberg keeps that one out, but then Oktamov ends up scoring in the end. He was onside, I'm pretty sure. I'd be surprised. It was awarded. Yeah, he looked onside to me. It makes it 2-1, and that means all of our hard work ends up going for nothing. And who is this here who's not guarding him? It's Ite Suk who's not guarding him. That's what happened. And there's a question, too, as to whether the initial ball went in anyway. It doesn't matter. Of all the times to use goal line technology, use it when it doesn't matter because they scored anyway. So, so it is. And they're going to go for a third here, but Nathan wins it over to Valakari. Over to Kim Shin-jin, who makes his guy miss. Pass it. Don't shoot. Pass. Ite Suk passes it back to Kim Shin-jin. Here you go, kid. And his shot is deflected. Shada was trying to get to it, couldn't. And it ends up back with Dreyer in the back. So that ends up doing nothing. Kim Shin-jin needs to pass instead of shoot that first time because he's got a whole bunch of guys around him. He gets it this time and does this really fancy 360 move. It was well defended, I'll tell you that. He didn't have very much room to shoot the second time. I just wish he would get rid of the 360 and instead just shoot the ball. All right, and we're going to lose this one 2-1. There's no question about that. We did put up a good fight, though. Like I said, I like what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing some good fight and some good positivity from this team. But overall, that was pretty poor. We should have played a little bit better. We only had 39% of the possession, but we had 1.28 XG. So, I mean, according to the numbers, really, we should have done a little bit better than this. We probably should have won it. So there you go. We have a lot of things to look forward to, and that's it for now. Talk to you later. Bye.